If you find anti-vaxxers, the video ends. Google search vaccines. Oh, this is a relevant topic now since Pfizer vaccine did come out recently. Vaccines. Alright, so I'm gonna say this right now. I'm gonna do another Parashock talks before the Google search thing, so you are welcome to skip this part, okay? No one's forcing you to stay here. But for those who want to hear just my thoughts about vaccines and anti-vaxxers, you are welcome to stay here. But if you want to skip, go for it. Skip it, I don't care. So, as you know, there are a lot of people out there that don't want to wear masks, and I've explained in my other video about how masks supposed to work in game terms, because I like games, and I'm sure most of you guys like games too. So speaking of it in game terms makes it more entertaining and more understandable. Of course, I am no expert in vaccines or masks. I'm just basing it off of what I've learned in school and what I've heard and articles I have read on my spare time. Now let's talk about vaccines. What are vaccines and why are a lot of people afraid of it? Vaccines are something that gets your body ready and boosts your immunity against a certain disease or virus that the vaccine is supposed to give. You see? In game terms, it's like training. You know, it's like training your character in like a training dungeon before you actually go to the dungeon. It's like training your body. Like, this boss swings this way and that way, and once the boss's health is low, it goes into a second stage. So now you know, your character knows your white blood cells and your immune system is your RPG character, let's say, you know? So if you give vaccines, your RPG character learns the method of defeating the boss. Like, this boss swings that way at this health, and at this health, he is invincible and you must dodge. And your body knows in this training module, and the body will know, the RPG character in other words, will know what to do when they encounter that same boss, okay? It's better for that RPG character to know what is coming and what boss they're facing and what's the attack pattern. That's better than just sending your RPG character into a dungeon without knowing what the boss or the strategy or the pattern the boss attacks at. That's what vaccines do. But of course, it doesn't always work 100%. Your character can be prepared as much as they want, but when they come facing the real deal, it's always variable, you know? It doesn't always work 100%. Your character can still die, yeah, but your character is prepared as much as they can to face against the boss. So, vaccines don't work 100%, don't get me wrong, but it sure as hell prepares your character for what's up and coming. And vaccines, there are very different types of vaccines out there and let's just say vaccines are just the training module for each different boss out there. Like, there's COVID boss, there's the flu boss, there's the varicella boss, there's what else is there? Shingles boss, is that right? I don't know. Pneumonia boss. There's so many different bosses out there in this world that vaccines give you a training module for how to defeat each of those bosses. And your RPG character will be ready. That's how vaccines work in game terms. Alright. Alright, enough talking. I will go to vaccines. And I'll continue talking while I look for anti-vaxxers. Well, now, what am I looking for exactly when you say anti-vaxxers? I'm guessing I'm just looking for people out there holding up signs, I guess, that say no vaccines, for example. Okay, so if I find one of those, the video will end. So continuing on with my talk, game term. But okay, enough of game term. Let's talk about reality. What are vaccines really? Vaccines, there are two types of vaccines. There are the active live vaccine, and there are inactivated vaccines. Live vaccines, as the name implies, are vaccines that contain live bacteria and viruses, but they are severely weakened and disabled. But of course, live vaccines have a chance to still infect you. Low chance, but still there. But live vaccines do give your body a strong immune response. It's like giving you your RPG character a really weakened boss. Like, this boss is at like 1/4 health when the character fights. But the boss can still kill your character. The chance is still there, but it's severely weakened and the chances are low. And then there's a second part of the vaccine called inactivated vaccine. Inactivated vaccines are just parts of the virus / bacteria that enable your immune response. It makes your body get ready. It's like, oh, I don't know. I'm no expert at vaccines. I'm only telling you guys what I know on top of my head, okay? Inactivated vaccines give you a part of the disease, part of the virus that don't do harm necessarily. It's just there. It's just introducing into the body. It's like, oh, this is what we have to look for in order to kill the virus, and your body starts making all these, I believe, antibodies, or yeah, I think it's antibodies, or like proliferate your immune response to get ready. But of course, inactivated vaccines are usually weaker than live vaccines. That's why usually for inactivated vaccines, there are more than one shot. Like the Pfizer vaccine, for example, there are 2 shots you need to take, I believe, in 3 weeks. 1 shot and then the second shot in 3 weeks, which gives you a robust immune response, 90 to 94%. I've read the article itself about the Pfizer vaccine phase 3 trial. It was interesting, and it seems to work fine, but of course, me as a guy, I'm still a little worried.